Okay, everybody, it is me, Gregory Mannarino. It's Tuesday, January 4th, 2022. This is just going to be lovely. It is my pre-market report. Stock trading doesn't start for about 40 minutes as I am sitting here in this lovely room. What's going on? How about this, people? Right now, stock futures are higher again across the board, meaning, let's just say, hypothetically, if the opening bell were to go off, let's say like right now, we would already be at new record highs for the Dow Jones Industrial Average and the S&P 500. It's not going to stop, people. It's not going to stop, especially in this environment right now. What am I talking about? I outlined for all of you yesterday what the market was doing. It's as clear can possibly be to Greg Mannarino. That is, the market is pricing in a Fed rate hike. Just look at the action in the debt market. 10-year yield higher, dollar, relative strength of the dollar stronger. Meanwhile, stock market closing at new record highs yesterday. This is what's going on. And I know there are so many of you hoping and even praying for a market crash. Sorry, it's not happening anytime soon. It's going to happen, but we are still way off from that mark, just looking at the dynamics and the drivers of the market. Now, what I know that you are doing right now is you are clicking on the link below to check out the MMRI, Mannarino Market Risk Indicator. People, you've been with me since I put that up. It has been insanely accurate with regard to this market. And just pay attention to the MMRI. If you're going to do one thing, if you're going to watch one driver here, check out that MMRI. It's going to give you a big clue as to what's going on here in the market, what we can expect. Anyway, so like I said, and it's no surprise, stock futures higher, yield curve slope normalizing, 10-year yield higher, market's loving this, relative strength of the dollar higher, absolute strength of the dollar will continue to crater. You all know that as one of my top 5 trends for 22. Crude oil, people, WTI crude is at just about $77 a barrel, and as you all know, it is going much higher. Let's look at a few other things. Cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin around 47,000 has been stuck here for a while. Okay, all well and good. You know my take on this as well. Expect even more volatility in 22. Why? Because you got our loving, caring representatives who are desperate to support the beast system. The beast system is a debt-based system. Cryptocurrencies are not debt-based, okay? I know how many of you hate it, and you continue to miss the boat. And you will always miss the boat because you can't get it through your head that these are anti-debt units and you own them. Same with precious metals here. People, they're catching a bid this morning. So, the setup for the market right now, looking pretty good to Greg Mannarino, especially in light of the fact that this market is pricing in a rate hike from the Fed sometime soon. And look, it's going to be meaningless. It's going to be dog shit. It's not going to matter at all. Literally. And I think, personally, I'm going to say it again, I really do like the banks here, especially JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Bank of America. Let these companies pay you to own their stock by collecting that lovely dividend, people. You want to be in this market, okay? I know a lot of you have been sitting in cash. Some big lofty people out here on YouTube who claim to be market experts for years, and they're making predictions on the market, calling for crashes. They're not even in the market, okay? Oh yeah, but they're experts. They're super experts. They know exactly when that crash is going to happen. Duh. Make that up. Make it up if you possibly can. Anyway, they've been wrong and they've missed the stock. They've missed a bull run unlike anything we've ever seen in this stock market. But they're experts. And you keep on listening to them. Oh, yeah. Unreal, people. That's the truth. Now, I want to address a couple of other things here. Let's talk about the Federal Reserve reverse repurchasing program. I've explained to you what this is all about. You know, the Fed's repo program here. It's topping out here. Well, it's nowhere near a top, but it's sitting at about 1.6 trillion overnight. So what does it really mean? I covered this before, but let's talk about it. As I have explained to you, even though we are in an environment of hyper debt, all right, there's not enough of it. In order for the system to sustain itself, more debt must be borrowed into the system out of the future. Now, the whole real scheme here behind the Federal Reserve's reverse repurchasing program, what is it? It's cash moving from one institution to another institution overnight, back and forth. What is this doing? It's creating the illusion of more liquidity or more debt in the system. That's really what it's all about. I know there's all these, hypotheticals. Oh, why is the Fed doing this and why is the Fed doing that? But that's the truth. There's not enough debt in the system. And on top of that, I've explained this to you. Because of the fact that there's not enough debt in the system, you're seeing things like this repo program being instituted, and you haven't seen anything yet with regard to that. It's going to be topping 2 trillion, 3 trillion. It's going to keep going up. You're not supposed to know that, so keep that a secret. Anyway, the fact of the matter is, the system is illiquid. It's illiquid. There's not enough debt. So you can expect more reasons to be created out of thin air to borrow cash into existence. That's the nature of the beast. Debts and deficits, you haven't seen anything yet with regard to them. They're going to hyper balloon around the world. This is a global phenomenon, and I want you to pay attention to it. And what does it mean for you and I? If we clearly understand the debt-based system is, well, it's illiquid right now, and that's why you're seeing the Fed's repo program, continue to gain, and we haven't seen anything yet with regard to that. And with more reasons to borrow cash into existence, you haven't seen anything yet with regard to that. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Again, you want to be in the market. That's the truth. Understanding that's not going to stop. You want to bet against the debt, become your own central bank, hold hard assets. Look, I could told you, this could not possibly be easier for you and I. This whole thing, this freak show, is going to continue. It's not going to stop. The market is going to continue to be distorted further. Again, one of my other trends for 22 was you will see price action distortions across the spectrum of asset classes get worse. You will see the global economy contract faster. It's in free fall. As a percentage of GDP, the economy is crashing, but you're not allowed to know that either. All this stuff, imagine just for a split second if they spoke about this for a moment on the mainstream channels, allowing people to really understand what's going on here, allowing people to understand that we have no government for the people, by the people anymore, of the people. It's the banks that are running the entire show, and it doesn't matter what ugly, disgusting freak they want to put behind the Resolute desk. Notice my wording here. They want to put. Your votes don't matter. You think your vote matters? If you do, you're one of those people who are stuck in some kind of a delusionary state and you believe that the old system still exists. No, if your vote counted at all, you wouldn't be allowed to vote. Period. So just understand what you're looking at, people. This is a whole new set of rules. The new set of rules I said was coming from many, many years ago. New paradigm, a whole new demographic. Extreme haves, extreme have-nots, a wipe out of the middle class, a new feudal system. I mean, it could not possibly be more in your face. And what are you doing about it? I really hope you're taking action, understanding, okay, that the system is illiquid. Not enough debt. Okay, illiquid. Sounds like a big, fat, pretty word, doesn't it? No, it's not enough debt, despite the fact that we have the biggest bubble in the history of the world with regard to debt. And when that bubble bursts, it's going to change the landscape of the world, not just from a financial standpoint, people. This is a resource problem. It's a resource issue that's going to face, that the entire world is going to face. And, well, like I've been explaining to you, millions, tens of millions of people around the world are going to die. They will, when this debt bubble bursts. It's going to be a moment here that people are going to talk about for thousands and thousands of years, long after you and I are gone. So anyway, people, in summary here on this lovely video, we got stock futures higher across the board, pointing towards new records right at the open. Crude oil, $77 a barrel. You can expect, again, like yesterday, energy to outperform. The banks are going to do fantastic moving forward. You can expect that too. With that said, if you are not a subscriber to my free newsletter yet, you're really missing out, people. Every single Monday, I send out my stock suggestions. There's a link, another link in the description of this video to my free newsletter, okay? You want to get some inside information into this market. You want to know what you should really be doing other than what you're hearing here. Subscribe to my free freaking newsletter. I don't know what you're waiting for if you haven't subscribed already. Again, link in the description of this video. And you are checking the MMRI every day, okay? Also, link in the description of this video. All right, people, look, I'm out of here. I think I covered a lot of things for you here. I explained what's going on with the Fed repo program. It's not done by a long shot. 1.6 trillion is going to become 1.8, going to become 2, going to become 2.5 trillion overnight. This is all to fool the system, to literally trick it into thinking that there's more debt than there actually is. All that's happening is awesome amounts of cash are moving from one institution to another institution and then back again. What do you think this is all about? Do you think this is just for fun? No. It's to, again, trick the system to believing that there's more debt than there actually is because there's not enough of it. You understand? People, we're going to face a moment here of a credit freeze, a total lockup of the system, a financial, freeze. That's it. No cash in the banks. No way to acquire cash from your ATMs. Your debit card stopped working. This was the big thing in '08. I don't think people understand that. The real reason for the bailouts of the financial system was to free up the financial system, which was locking up. When the financial system locks up, transactions stop. This whole thing ends. That's really what was behind it, okay? Why the financial system got a bailout. It was to stop or prevent a credit freeze. They can't do it. Again, in the future, we are going to face it, but this time, it's by design. So they can introduce a new system with even more control. You understand? We'll talk more about that down the line, but I think you already get it. So people, if in fact you have found this video enlightening, I'm going to ask you for a big favor. Share the video. Get it out there. And one more time, thank you for those of you who chose to support my work. At the beginning of every month, I always ask for your support. If I'm doing a good job, Greg should be a guy who we should all support. Well, I asked for your support, and I got a good amount of you to support my work, and I do appreciate all of you so much. We got each other's back, and I just freaking love that. I will see all of you at the end of the day. I'm out of here.